Welcome. This is the video tutorial series on industrial brick kiln construction presented by Scott Consulting Limited and the Proeco program. Part 1. Zigzag Kiln construction. In this video, we will break down the zigzag kiln technology and its construction process. We start with an overview on modern clay brick production factory layout and its workflow, and we continue with zigzag kiln construction process in its 9 stage. Before we start, it's worth spending a few seconds on the historical background of zigzag kiln technology. Going back to Industrial Revolution, zigzag kiln was developed as a solution for building material production after World War II. This triggered the industrial phasing out from traditional production to modernization with bigger scale, such as brickyard with bigger Hoffman and tunnel kilns. During that time, the initial investment in brickwork with zigzag kiln was low, and the kiln was known to be easy to operate and higher quality products. For this reason, it was a solution for some countries in Europe, mostly Germany and the Netherlands. Zigzag kiln is then still available in Asia and now transferred in Africa as a solution for sustainable modern brick industry development for all. Zigzag kiln exists in different shapes, forms, and capacity. Scott and Proeco introduced kilns from 40 cubic meter 200 cubic meter volume with an annual production capacity from 500,000 bricks to 10 million bricks. The overall benefits of brickyard with zigzag kiln compared to traditional kilns is not limited to high quality products, moderate initial investment, flexibility in capacity, continuous firing, efficient working condition of labor, fuel efficiency, use of biomass waste, but extended to environmental protection. The first Africa zigzag kiln was built in Rwanda in Eastern Province by a private investor, and later on, 2 more kilns were built in Burundi, and now 6 kilns of different capacity were built, and more are expected to come. Before we continue with zigzag kiln construction, let's remember that a kiln is a component in a brickwork, and the operational are synchronized in the activity chain called the workflow. The chain starts with raw material excavation and the storage, then continue with production where the ready material gain shape through production line machinery, and then the flow ended with drying and firing to get the finished product for market or construction use. As mentioned in the previous slides, brickwork layout design varies and most of the time depend on the site configuration and topography. As demonstrated in this diagram, while designing brickwork, it's always good to start with raw material component, continue with machinery, drying space, kiln, and end with finished goods. The above diagram is an example of a linear workflow. Stage 1, planning. Zigzag kiln construction starts with planning, including country-specific construction legal compliance, material supply chain, and the plant commissioning, which require different team composition. The commonly used tool for planning is the Gantt chart, but you may find different other tools. Importantly, the construction period is up to 6 months. Stage 2, kiln hanger construction. Let's now focus our attention on construction works. Different construction material, including concrete, wooden poles, steel profiles, and roofing, all depending on availability and cost effectiveness, could be used for hanger construction. Why start with hanger? The kiln needs to be protected from rain damage and the premature clay mortar curing, mostly during the construction. Stage 3, foundation works, excavation and compaction. Foundation design depends on aspects like mechanical property of soil, hence the necessity of soil load-bearing capacity tests before start construction. The foundation work starts with substructure, or CMOC, and the kiln draft control system, and it's preferably to be below the ground level. To achieve this, the kiln build-up area is excavated up to 1.04 m. Then some compaction is required to maintain the necessary load-bearing capacity. If subsoil is found to be weak, better quality soil such as laterite is imported, and in most of the cases, 20 cm peak is added. The kiln infrastructure lifetime could be up to 100 years. Therefore, a proper drainage system is necessary. In a grid-rex region, 15 to 25 diameter gravel bed is laid to form a thickness of 20 to 40 centimeter foundation drainage substructure. Importantly, gravels are compacted after laying. Then a drain pipe is installed at the kiln base where any water collected is disposed. In order to get the quality work, setting or mapping out the kiln foundation is accurately conducted by professionals. Then after that, a formwork to support the concrete pad for kiln foundation is erected, following drawings, standard and specification. Then a well-mixed concrete is poured inside the formwork. As we are completing the foundation, concrete and the drainage substructure part, let's now start masonry work elevation, starting from smoke tunnel that are built at the same time with external walls. Note that the refractory bricks and the mortar are the material used, while external walls use as ordinary bricks of cement mortar. The zigzag kiln foundation construction is ended with a tie beam for tying together the foundation part. As the masonry goes up, the insulating filling material, such as hard broken plant bricks or volcanic rocks, or depending on country specificity, are also added. Stage 4, wall elevation to vault level. Now let's move to upper structure construction. The metal timber formwork is installed to guide the exterior slanting walls construction to arch level. This goes at the same time with interior walls, meaning vertical smoke tunnel and chamber walls elevation, without forgetting to keep filling the insulation materials. Let's remember that exterior walls are constructed using cement mortar with ordinary bricks, and interior walls to this part are built using refractory bricks with a max of 5 mm joint refractory mortar. The refractory mortar is a mixture of kaolin, clay, and a glog at a specific ratio depending on their minerals composition. Note that for clean energy efficiency and better insulation, the chamber refractory walls are always separated by an ordinary 10 cm thick wall. Page 5. Building the vaults. In the chamber are bridged with vaults, also called arches. During the construction, the vaults are supported with wood formwork. The vault's wood formwork is covered with polyethylene sheets to prevent leakage of the liquid mortar. The vaults are built with special edged refractory bricks with joints filled in clay kaolin and glog mortar. Before ending stage 5, note that special L-shaped bricks are used to make expansion joints, which are placed in designated places. Their expansion joint at each position of the kiln. Expansion joint in the vaults are sealed with fire-resistant material such as kaolin. Fuel-feeding bricks are inserted in place, creating the holes for feeding the firing fuel. Stage 6. Power control box construction. As we are completing the construction of zigzag kiln upper structure, let's have a look on kiln draft control chamber construction. This is built in the middle of the kiln, where all the chambers and the chimney are connected. Semi-refractory bricks and the mortar is always used for masonry works, then reinforced concrete for the upper and the lower slab together with inner columns to support the chimney. 8 cast iron valves are inserted into the control chamber to allow open and closing the chamber. And then the chimney is fixed to the kiln by means of bolt and steel plates, concreted and anchored to the firebox reinforced concrete slabs and inner columns. Stage 7. The kiln top. The kiln top is built with 2 layers of dry stacked bricks, showing design and specification. The external masonry walls are laid to the top and tied together by reinforced tie beam. Stage 8. Fabrication of the steel chimney. As we are ending our tutorial on zigzag kiln construction, let's have a quick look on chimney. Remember, the zigzag kiln could be naturally or forced operated. In natural draft operated mode, electricity is not required for kiln operation. Yet, for the other operation mode, electricity is required to run a series of ventilators. In natural draft mode, steel chimney is made from non-corrosive material such as cotton steel, pipe, or any other non-corrosive material depending on availability, design, and investment decision. 4 concrete columns are casted at a specific corner for anchoring the chimney to the ground. Stage 9. Kiln chimney erection. The chimney is then elevated using heavy-duty equipment and fixed to the kiln top by means of anchored bolts concreted on the top of the firebox. A fireproof fiber mat is then pressed on the top of firebox floor control box to seal the gap between firebox and the chimney. The chimney is anchored and braced to the 4 concrete cubes by means of stainless steel guy cable. We encourage you to visit the resource website www.madeinagreatrex.com for detailed information about the zigzag kiln and more. Thank you.